Zach, I saw you just accepted an SDR job at Intuit after a 93-day job hunt, and I'm really excited to learn about how you did that. But I got to start with your LinkedIn post this week. You got about 1,900 likes, which is massive. You're sitting there, you've got these crispy pink shoes on, and did you plan out the pick, or how did that come about?
Yeah, so for the picture in general, it was actually an old pic. I took that last year. And I guess when I made my post, I wanted to stand out a little bit more. Not against anybody else, but like I see so many people on LinkedIn, they just have like that generic, hey, I just got a job, I'm announcing that I just got a job. I'm like, that's cool, but I want to stand out. I want to show people like, hey, yes, I did get a job. I wanted it to be authentic. I wanted to shout out the right people that I believe helped me directly. And also my one of my main goals is to build a presence and build a brand. So when it comes to the picture, I was like, I'll just pick a picture that I think is really cool, honestly. And
Yeah.
thankfully it took off.
Respect. No, it's really cool to see, and I think the authenticity shows through. Did you anticipate such a overwhelmingly positive support of 1,900 likes on that post?
I didn't. I didn't. Sorry if you hear
Your
my
your
dog in the
dog your
background.
dog's fired up about the post too. Maybe the dog helped you write the post, so it's all good.
Maybe
Did you anticipate such an overwhelmingly positive support? 1,900 likes on that post?
I didn't. Honestly, I didn't. I just wanted to be again authentic, generic, not generic, but authentic, show I just wanted to speak the truth. And the fact that a lot of people resonated with that, I think says a lot, especially if you're trying to build a brand. Um, and I'm thankful because it was actually a post like that that went viral a couple weeks ago that helped me get this job. So,
Wow, how did that work?
yeah. So, I think the main thing that helped me get this job at Intuit was the fact that it was kind of like a multi-tiered approach. I really wasn't applying to that many places because I saw the posts about, people applying to 200 places and not getting any feedback. And I'm like, it's obviously not working right now at the current moment. So I'm going to try to do something different. So I started documenting my process on LinkedIn. I started networking on LinkedIn. I started reaching out to different people. I started, of course, with Course Careers, what you taught us in Course Careers, do the job to get the job. So that's really what I was doing. But the whole time I was documenting it. And the post that went viral a few weeks ago was a quote unquote rejection. I got rejected from a VP of marketing, right? Who oversaw the sales development team. But in a post, he said, hey, unfortunately, we already have some candidates lined up. But in the post, he said, what you're doing is actually standing out and you're going to get a job really soon. So I'm like, let me document that. Screenshotted it, said, hey, I didn't get this job, but here's what this VP of marketing said. I'm a hustler. If you're looking for a hustler, reach out to me. And that post took off a little bit, and I got like 5 interviews from that, or 5 opportunities to interview from that, and Intuit was one of them. So
What you're speaking right now, this really is the modern way to get a job, especially in tech, utilizing the personal brand and LinkedIn in particular. And I think a lot of people are concerned about, well, hey, I don't have the follower count, not a whole lot of people like my stuff or whatnot. So what you're saying is without a huge following, you just started documenting, hey, I'm in the job market, this is who I am, this is the rejection I got. And as a result of that, that unlocked all these opportunities you had never seen before.
absolutely, absolutely. And I think what also helped was I joined a mastermind. So like I joined a group of people who are actually looking to get into tech sales in particular, and we were sharing resources, and I got a chance to connect with all these different influencers, I guess, that are already in the space, and they gave me their pointers. Hey, this is how you set up your email. Hey, this is what recruiters and managers are actually looking for. So it was a combination of things. It's just the fact that starting to share on LinkedIn is what gave me the opportunities. So
What were some of the biggest tips you learned from all these influencers, whether it be how to cold email a recruiter or a leader of sales or how to think about creating content in the first place? What were some of the best tips you learned that others can learn from and use to find jobs themselves?
Yeah, great question. One of the biggest tips, I'll say this. One of the biggest tips was to figure out your own brand, figure out who you are. And that's the most important thing because you are the product at the end of the day when it comes to looking for a job, and you have to know how to market you. You know what I mean? So when I figured out who I was as a hustler, that was the main thing because it's all about figuring out who you are. If you don't know who you are, then yeah, you could do all the little, tips and tricks and everything like that, but you're not going to get that many results. And when I really found out who I was and, I had different mock interviews with people, everything like that, everything just took off. I had the confidence. So even if I was rejected or even if I was ghosted during an interview process, it didn't really bother me because I knew that it was just a matter of time. So that would be the biggest takeaway. But like the actual, what can I say? The actual, I guess, practical tips utilizing artificial intelligence, Lavender. I use Lavender a lot. Not sure if you know what Lavender is, but it's like an email coaching software. So just studying the people who are working with Lavender, studying their YouTube, I figured out that a lot of sales emails are horribly written. So I'm like, okay, I need to know how to write an email. So I just followed what they said for like 2 weeks and I started applying it over a month. And that actually stood out. It got me about two or three interviews because of that. So
What
just
does being
learning how
a
to write better emails,
what does being a hustler mean to you?
never giving up. Doesn't matter, like never giving up, always becoming a better version of yourself. You got to have a why. And I think that's what separates people who get the results and who doesn't. They have something that's bigger than them. You know, Y stands for, in my opinion, it stands for what's hurting you. It could be in a present moment or, what will hurt you if you don't achieve the results that you want. So I had a big why. I had a big why.
And I liked how you framed it earlier. You said it doesn't matter if I get rejected because I know it's only a matter of time. And I think that's such a great way to look at things, whether it be looking for a job or trying to sell your product. It only takes one yes, and it's just a matter of time. When you made that first viral post after getting rejected by the director of marketing, and you said it opened up 5 job opportunities, into it being one of them. Can you walk through the process of you share you share something that seemingly could be viewed as embarrassing or very personal, intimate, getting
Mhm.
rejected, and then how do you get job interviews? Do people reach out to you? Do they connect with you? Just walk through the actual what happens immediately after the post.
Right. So what happened immediately after the post? A lot of, and I want to thank Course Careers as well because a lot of Course Careers graduates commented on the post, and I think because of that, a lot of people from different walks of life started whoever followed people who are already in Course Careers who probably already had jobs in tech sales. They're like, oh, okay, I know this person took Course Careers. Let me see what this person's talking about. So that actually gained the traction. And then outside of that, I've had like different influencers reach out to me. Hey, not sure, you know, if you have any job interviews lined up, but here's how I can help you. Let's set up a call. I had two calls with Anand and Marco. I'm not sure if you know who they are, but I tagged them on my last post, and they helped me out a lot. They helped me with strategy and just terms of how to stand out and go through the side door when it comes to applying, for roles and everything like that. It was basically building a brand. And after that, I've had influencers reach out. I've had Justin. I'm not sure if you've interviewed Justin, but Justin
Oh,
Wharton.
great guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Wharton with the Wharton and Tech, or Tech with the Whartons. They've got a YouTube
absolutely.
channel, so everyone listening, go check them out. They put out great content.
Absolutely. He commented on the post. And when he commented, he reached out. We set up a call and he was like, yeah, it seems like you have, what it takes, and we had a call. And then later, I guess a day later, someone that he's connected with reached out to me at Intuit. And it's like, hey, we're looking for people. I can get you an interview. I'm like, okay, awesome. And then that's how that came about.
That's amazing. It's all
Yeah.
about people at the end of the day. And that's something I'm really grateful to be a part of Course Careers for is the network is really insane because everyone posts their graduate certificates, which
Hmm.
then draws even more attention to them. And then of course when they get the job, those always blow up. What originally led you to want to do course careers? Because you seem like a smart guy, well spoken. You probably could just go directly apply to roles, but you decided to invest in your education first.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in my eyes, I wanted it to be legitimate. You know what I mean? So like the whole process, I didn't want to just say, "Hey, I'm gonna just go ahead and apply directly without getting further knowledge, further education." Because at the end of the day, that's something that somebody can't take away from me is my education. So the fact that, and I wanted to market it as well. Anybody who's watching this, you could definitely market the certification to a point where like not many people in this space are actually certified, right? But we have educators who are, educators who've been in this space who know what they're doing. And you have an actual certificate that shows like, hey, I graduated. Hey, I took the test. I put in the hours. I put in the work. It's just another notch on my resume that I think set me apart from other people. So that's why I wanted to take the course.
What was your experience going through course careers?
It was really simple. It was really simple. Very so. I'll say this: I started the course in January, and then I kind of went through like a rough patch in my life. Ended up having to move back home in June. I was in Miami for the last 2 years, but like everything just went downhill after January, from like February to June, February to May. Like everything just went downhill. I started losing friends. I started losing, like, I lost my job. I had anxiety attacks, panic attacks. Nothing was going right. So it was kind of weird when I came back home. I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I know I started something and I'm going to finish it. So I finished Course Careers in about 2 weeks when I got home, and it was really doable. I'll put it like that. It's doable. You do have to put in work, but it again, like if you have what it takes, it's self-paced. You can finish it in 2 weeks. You can finish it in 3 months. It's not difficult. It's just a matter of how bad you really want it and if you really want to execute.
As you were going through this life experiences, moving and all that comes with that, and investing in yourself with course careers,
Mhm.
how did you begin to build your personal brand and decide that you were going to document your journey?
Yeah, so Cyrus, from Tech is the New Black,
Yep.
he made a post saying, "Hey, this is something you probably want to do if you want to get into tech. Start posting on LinkedIn." I'm like, okay. I posted
He's
that I
so
got,
right, by the way. He's so right.
yeah,
It'll work for you.
absolutely. He was definitely right, and I'm like, okay, I'll keep that in the back of my mind. So I posted my certificate. 2 weeks later, I was applying. Nothing really was happening. I'm like, I have to change something. So I started posting a little bit. I started posting using ChatGPT, but it wasn't, I could tell that it wasn't me. And
It's
I
not
think,
authentic. It's not
yeah, it,
authentic to your point. It's not you.
it wasn't authentic. So I'm like, and it really wasn't getting any shares or traction or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, just
But
rip the band-aid off.
you're like I sound smart though.
Yeah, yeah. So, once I realized that, I'm like, okay, I had to do something. I'm gonna stand out. And then I was following Phoenix Rose, who took off a little bit, and he's my brother. Without him, like I joined his mastermind. Without him, he's helped me out a lot. Without him, I don't think I would have gotten into tech as well. And I kind of just copied what he was doing. A mentor of mine a while ago, he said it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. And I saw that he was doing. I saw what he was doing. I saw that he was getting traction. He seemed authentic to me. So like just when I say I copied what he was doing, I'm not saying like I copied word for word what he did. I just copied the framework. He was posting pictures. He was documenting. And I'm like, okay, I can document at least once a day. So I started documenting at least once a day for about a month. And then that's what constantly, I guess built my brand from there. And then I took a few weeks off to just really just focus in on the cold calls, the cold emails, and then I documented the rejection that I got from that period, and then that post took off, and then I got, of course, I already told the story, got about 5 opportunities to interview, and then what just happened. So,
And that's the interesting balance, and based on my experience posting for quite a long time on LinkedIn, is when you're actually doing interesting stuff in the real world,
mhm.
that's what makes interesting content. It's not just it's hard just to be a great content person unless you're like always thinking of new ideas. It's like writing a book. You're just thinking of ideas, but if you have the actual storyline and based on your life, no one else can replicate that. You're the only Zach that's got the clean pink shoes in the picture with the Intuit job offer and then the rejection. So that's super cool how that worked out. What are you most excited about starting your upcoming SDR job at Intuit in November?
Learning. That's what I'm most excited about. Just learning, getting to the next level. Because I know when you learn, you are around different people, right? And that's one thing that I understand about life now is that anytime you get to the next level, you're around new people and you have to learn more. In order to learn more, you have to be teachable, you have to be coachable. So I'm just willing or ready to just learn new information in general, see how far I can go, and then just pass it on to the next people coming up and everything like that.
Well, I like that. Well, I think you're going to keep getting traction on LinkedIn, and I hope you can build on the momentum. For the people listening right now that are interested in transforming their lives and getting in a career in tech, we've linked the free tech sales intro course from Course Careers down below. So, based on your experience having gone through it, Zach, and using that to get the certification as a bit of a spring pad to then launch you into the content and the job, what would you say for the person out there that's considering clicking the link in the description below and getting started to learn more?
Hey, like Nike, just do it. Just do it. Just get it done. You won't be like there's nothing bad that can come out of it. Again, especially if you leverage it the right way, show people like, "Hey, I'm willing to invest in myself. I have what it takes." And it'll work because I've had interviewers, "Hey, what is Course Careers?" They don't even know what Course Careers is. Some of them. And you tell them like, "Oh yeah, this sales development course that actually taught me how to be a sales development rep directly." I'm like, "Okay." And then I tell them, even with some interviews that didn't really go planned, I got rejected. I told them like, "Hey, if you're looking for more candidates, you can go through this link, the profile course." And they're like, "Okay, I'll do that." I'm not sure if they did, but you know, it's all about spreading the word. So you have no you have no worries if you get the course.
And it sounds like through Course Careers, not only the knowledge, but also the network and all the other folks as part of the program, just having that base of people that you were connected with, that knew you, you knew them, having been in the same place, the same program, that helped build some initial traction and may have contributed to the virality of your post, in addition to it just being good content.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's I think that's one of the main things you'll get from Course Careers is just the community. Because you have people who have already done what you're trying to do, so they can give you tips. And that's another tip that I'll give. Reach out to people that are in Course Careers. Build your own mastermind yourself. And people are willing to help you. I think a lot that's what gets a lot of people or stops a lot of people from, posting content or reaching out to people is they think that, oh, I have to do this all by myself. And you don't. You don't have to do it alone. It's a choice. But people are willing to help. This community is great.
Yeah, and especially from the social dynamic standpoint, but also I know with the coaching network, I don't know if you ever went to coaching, but just having folks who have either graduated from the program or directors of sales development being in there doing
Mhm.
group sessions and one-on-ones. I mean, when you can talk with someone while having self-paced learning, it sets you up with everything you need to just have the best position for success. So you're the testament to that, Zach. Where can people find you if they want to go follow your journey on LinkedIn?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me. My LinkedIn is my full name, so Zachary McEady, Zachary McEady. Just type that in, you'll be able to find me. Um, and yeah, what I'm again, I'm it's not going to be my last time posting that last post. I'm definitely going to continue to post, just give advice and continue to document, along the way and help people out. So if you're looking for, help, feel free to reach out to me. I'll do my best to help you out any way I can.
Right on. Well, everyone go connect with Zach on LinkedIn, go follow his journey, and start your tech career and journey in the link in the description below. Free tech sales intro course, and we'll see you there. Bye.
See ya.